Let's get into Shavkat Rakhmonov and Stephen Thompson. This is a 6 vs. 7 in the welterweight division. Unbelievable fight. I like this, right? It doesn't do much for Shavkat if he wins other than the name recognition because he's already the higher contender. It's just like another fight he's got to take along the way. But it might be enough to put him in the title contention after Colby and Leon go to war, right? After that fight, puts him in contention. But does that mean I think Shavkat's going to win? Because Stephen Thompson's a real deal. So let's get into it right now. In the welterweight division at UFC 296, you got a great one here between Shavkat Rakhmonov and Stephen Thompson. This is 5 vs. 6 in this division. Now, Rakhmonov stands at 6'1" compared to the 6 feet, 6 foot tall Stephen Thompson. So he's got a 1-inch height advantage. He's just 28 years old. Stephen Thompson, 40. It's getting on the downside. Rakhmonov, 2-inch reach advantage. Both guys stand right-handed. In terms of activity, pretty close. Rakhmonov, 4.5 significant strikes per minute to 4.2 for Stephen Thompson. When you get into the takedown game, Rakhmonov has the advantage. He lands like one every other round. Stephen Thompson's trying to use his takedown defense to keep the fight standing. Now, beginning with Shavkat Rakhmonov, 100% takedown defense. So he's probably not getting taken down in this fight. He hasn't lost yet in the UFC. He's 5-0, beating Jeff Neal by submission. He also beat Neil Magny by submission and Carlson Harris by KO. These are over the last 3 fights, so he's looking pretty solid. Now, Stephen Thompson, a.k.a. Wonder Boy, 64% takedown defense. That's not going to be good enough in this fight. Make no mistake about it. He did beat Kevin Holland in his last fight by 4th round KO. Before that, he lost to Bilal Muhammad by decision and Gilbert Burns by decision. Still a really good fighter. He also beat Jeff Neal by decision. Still a really good fighter, and you can see why this fight is perfect for Shavkat. Is he on the level up there with Bilal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns? I certainly think so. But those are the only guys that Stephen Thompson is losing to. He's beating who he's supposed to beat. He's beating the Kevin Holland. He's beating the Jeff Neals. He's beating Vicente Luque 2019. Right? He's beaten some top-tier opponents. He just loses to the top competitors in the division, potentially. And Gilbert Burns isn't big in that division, but he can step up and fight if need be. What I'm trying to tell you is this is a good test for Shavkat Rakhmonov, but it's just that. It's just a test. It's one that he's got to pass. He's got to pass this test. He's going to do so. He's going to defend the takedowns. If there's any attempt by Stephen Thompson, which I think there will be because Shavkat will be lighting him up pretty good. Shavkat will land takedowns at will if he decides to go for them, and that will be interesting. Will he play this the safe game and try to land some takedowns and get some submission attempts and ground and pound and all that, or will he just stand up and strike with Stephen Thompson, which may not be the best idea in the world. But regardless of how he takes his fight, I think he's going to win it, and win it not with ease, but with not many problems. He'll win this fight pretty easily. Just not with ease, but he will win this fight easily. Like I'm talking 30-27, unanimous decision. Maybe he gets a 2nd or 3rd round submission or TKO victory, something like that. But look for Shavkat to come in and pour it on, both in significant strikes, takedowns, and control time, and dominate all facets of this fight because he's in his 20s and Stephen Thompson is 40. He's on the downside, but still a pretty good fighter. So look out for that. In my opinion, Shavkat Rakhmonov wins this fight here to move to 18-0. Ridiculous. Moving up on our due list for sure. Welterweight division, UFC 296. Yeah, I mean, Shavkat's a big-time fighter, and so is Stephen Thompson, but I still believe Shavkat will win this fight in dominating fashion. It's just not going to be a first-round stoppage, right? You never know, but you're talking about a true fighter, a real fighter in Stephen Thompson. It's going to present a real challenge. It's really just going to make Shavkat better for the fight that comes after this. But this is a guy that's rising. This is the new breed of fighters that are coming, right? The new name, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Khamzat Chimaev, Bo Nickel. all these guys are coming. You got some in the light heavyweight division as well. But Shavkat will dominate this fight at the end and get the victory by a worst unanimous decision.
He's gon' fight, he's gon' fight. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded. Wake up, hey, where you at? Hey, got hit in the head with a baseball bat.